did. So, and now in India, did you guys change times?
Uh, what do you mean that?
Well, in a lot of the countries in Europe, they have changed, so it's a different. It's called a daylight savings time, and basically during the fall they go back, and during the spring they go forward, just an hour.
Uh,
So
Usually,
usually what?
we don't change.
Okay, you don't change. Okay, so but you are familiar with that. So Europe has changed, but the U.S. has not changed for another week. So we'll change next week. So
Okay.
yeah. So what time is it there now?
It's 12:30 p.m.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's 1 here. So we're at about 7.5 hours difference. And I find that interesting how India has a half-hour time zones. Do you know why they do that?
I don't know. Actually, it is technical issue, I think.
It's what?
Technical issue.
Technical issue. Okay. All right. Yeah. Um, hello, Aratheli.
Hello, Holly, how are you?
Good. How are you? You have a different picture. I wasn't sure if it was the same Aratheli that I know.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
I had changed my picture because then people are like asking me if I am a real ice queen or something like that.
So
So I moved to the real one, more or
okay,
less.
that's right, because you had the picture from um what was it from that movie?
The movie Frozen, it's
That's
Elsa.
right. Okay. So they were asking you if you were really real. Okay. Hi, Andre. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Nice to see you. I'm doing great.
Good. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Awesome. All right. Well, see, does the Ukraine change times as well, Andre?
Yes, one no, 1 hour backward.
Okay. So right now it is
It's 9
about
9 a.m.
9
9,
a.m. Okay. 9 a.m. Okay. And Araceli, then in Spain it's 7 a.m.
No, it's 8 a.m. because it would be 9, but we changed the clocks this tonight, and so
Okay.
it's 8.
It's 8 a.m. now. Yeah. That's right. And it's 1 a.m. here. So and
I
we have not changed the time and until next week. We are one week behind you guys. So um and I usually have it straight, but I don't now. So
great.
so anyway, okay, the topic today is on teleworking. And do you guys know what teleworking is?
Teleworking. It's all related to maybe television or no?
Nope.
I
Not.
think it's more or less what you are doing now to work from your own home.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what it means. Teleworking means to work from home, and um, it's starting to really gain popularity in a lot of different industries. Um, So in language teaching, it's become popular. Where years ago this would never be considered. Would we would never be able to do it. So yeah, it's working from home. Okay, so teleworking is um, one way to describe working from home. Can you guys think of some um, other words, other ways that we describe working from home? Do you guys know?
Working.
Work according to your time.
Okay. No, I'm thinking of an actual job title.
Okay.
Actually, for example, virtual office, um, virtual workers. Can you guys think of any others? Teleworking, virtual workers, home workers. I think that's it. But anybody think of anything else?
Working without pressure.
Yeah, that's the advantages. Advantages is advantages like what Abimelech said, flexible working hours. Supposedly less pressure, depends on the job.
You save time on commuting.
Yes, it's a time saver.
And and one of benefits I should say it's having immense tolerance.
Okay, what do you mean by immense tolerance?
Um,
Because immense means big, and tolerance is
Tolerance. Uh, oh, yeah. It's difficult to explain.
okay. So I think it's I think you're really talking about a less pressure or less. It has more to do with pressure and stuff like that. Hi, Sum Ming. How are you today?
How are you? I'm doing well.
Good, good. All right. So we're talking about teleworking today, and it's something that I actually made the decision to do again after doing it. I worked from home for about 3 4 years, and then I stopped for 1 year and I went back to it. It's like, oh, I love this. So what we're going to do is we're going to read this text. We're going to put in 4 words into the text, and then we'll discuss this text. The words we will put in are drawbacks, successful, boss, and roads. Do you know what all these words mean, everyone?
What's
Drawback.
Okay,
drawback?
drawback is basically another thing you could say is a negative. Negatives or a minus. Negatives or minus. A drawback, for example, a drawback to working from home. For example, I'll tell you this right now. So a disadvantage or a drawback to working from home is a feeling of isolation. So that is a drawback to working from home. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and read this through. Let's start with Abimelech. Can you read the first paragraph?
Okay. Bob Denby is a successful manager at a leading computer company. However, he is different from many of his friends because he doesn't go to his office every day. Instead, he's a teleworker, someone who works most days at home.
Okay, thank you. Do you guys know all the words in this? I think you would. Okay. Number 2, Audrey, could you read this?
Um, I occasionally go into the office. Bob explains, but most days I work from home. I find it much more convenient, and I can spend more time with my wife and daughter.
Perfect. Understand all these words? Okay.
Similar. Uh, uh,
Okay. Next paragraph, RFLE.
Many people spend hours every day commuting to work. Millions of workers in the US spend over 2 hours a day getting to and from work. Which are the options? The roads. Okay,
Yeah.
the roads are crowded at rush hour and the trains and subways are packed.
Okay, so crowded. Crowded. And very good job at not swallowing the ending for that. Very good. Subways are packed. Do you understand all the words here, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Zero.
Okay, next one. So Ming, could you read this?
Working from home does seem very attractive. Few people enjoy being stuck in traffic jams. However, there are challenges to working at home without a boss at home. It can be difficult to concentrate for long hours. During the school vacations, children can spend all day at home when the weather is nice. It can be tough to sit at your desk all day.
Okay. For Bob Danby, working at home has few what?
You draw back.
Drawbacks. Okay, perfect. Thanks to modern technology, he can contact customers and coworkers easily. With companies looking to cut cost, teleworking is likely to become more common in the future. Okay. Um, Now, question for you guys: would any of you guys ever work from home if you had the opportunity?
Yes, I would, but I think this is a good idea. But in some environments, in some working environments, the bosses are not willing to permit that, to allow that, because they don't like it. I had experience. I had a coworker who was traveling about 2 hours every day to her job,
Mm-hmm.
and she was asking for some kind of teleworking partially,
Mm-hmm.
but they will never allow that. It's because they like to control workers, so they don't trust that you do your own job
Mm-hmm.
at home. See, we were programming, so it was not so hard to work at home. Maybe we will go to a meeting once or twice a week, and the rest of the work, it doesn't matter if you're programming in a company office or at your own computer. But I think they are paying you, and you won't be working all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think in reality, at least, I had a job for about a year and a half where I wrote a language tests for some projects. And that was multiple choice tests, and it was the same thing. They hired everybody to do teleworking, and we were from all over the United States. And I would get up in the morning at 8 in the morning. I would grab my computer. I would start working, and I would work till about 2 in the afternoon. Then I would take a nap, do other things, enjoy my day, and then I would start working again at 8 p.m. and work sometimes until 12 midnight or 2 in the morning. And so in reality, this company got usually an average of 10 to 12 hours out of us because we were working from home. And some days I would work maybe only 6 hours, but usually the average was 10 to 12. And so this company was enlightened and they understood that, but they they saved so much on heating. They may save so much money on having us work from home. It was a really good thing. So, Andre, would you work from home if you had the chance?
Mm. I I think no. I'd prefer to work in the office
Uh-huh.
to be higher um, on the on the classic way, since I think it's more effective for me personal,
Mhm.
because it having my coworkers, having my having surrounding, working surrounding, and having
Mhm.
superior and beside to me, it's make my make working mindset
Mhm. Okay.
on the working way, and
Okay.
work more effectively and hardly. And working in the home, in other hands, it's I have a lot of distraction seen on the window, having the nice weather. It's
Mhm.
pushed me to go to and just enjoy my time and working not so effectively.
Okay, so I want to go over a little bit, give you some language feedback. First of all, you said classic way. We could actually say the traditional way. So you want to work the traditional way. And what is the difference? I'm going to write this on the verbally chat. What is the difference between to work hard and to hardly work? Anybody know?
No.
Yes. To work hard is that you put a lot of effort on your work, and to hard work is that you almost don't work at all.
You hardly work at all. Yeah. So be careful about that, Andre, because you said that that at the office I hardly work, and you actually meant I work hard. So be careful.
Sorry, I was little inattentive. Could you repeat about work hard?
Yeah, the difference between to work hard means to be diligent. Okay, and
Diligent?
diligent and to get your work done. Okay, to hardly work means you're not working at all.
Okay.
To not work at all.
Maybe it means something like I'm tired, tired to work.
Yeah.
It's hard to work for me. It's
Yeah. Well,
I I'm not I, go check. Let's go on.
yeah. Well, like what RFLA just wrote, hardly means equals almost nothing. So be careful about using that when you're talking about working hard. That you work hard. It's not that you hardly work. So if you say I work hardly, the person is going to go, oh, he's lazy.
Lazy and reluctant.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome, Marina. How are you today? Marina, can you speak? If you're speaking, we can't hear you, unfortunately. But Abimelech, would you work from home if you had a chance?
Yes, sure. Actually, I would love to work from home because uh, it it doesn't matter if I work at office or at home. I can concentrate myself at work.
I find I have more distractions at the office than I do at work, but it depends on the person. Andre said that he's completely opposite. He gets more distracted at home than he does at work because of the environment. Some Ming, how about you? Would you rather work at home or the office?
Uh, I would like to work at the office because that I can concentrate to my job. And if I work at home, maybe they have a lot of thing I will mm, I cannot concentrate. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, so you're the same as Andre, that you would not be able to concentrate and you would have lots of distractions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes if you work at home, that's let me feel when I will finish my job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And where Abimelech is the same as me, where we can do it regardless. So Marina, how about you? If it, it looks like you're muted now, so I think your microphone is working. Can you speak, Marina? Okay. Well, let's go on to the comprehension check. So what does Bob do for a living? Does everybody remember what Bob does for a living?
For living, making money.
He makes money, but what does he do? Oops.
He was a manager at a computer company, maybe.
Working at home.
Yeah, he's a manager at a leading computer company.
A leading manager in a leading computer company. He is a manager in a leading computer company.
Yeah. Okay. And next question, how often does he go to his office?
How often?
Does anybody know? How often does he go to his office?
Occasionally.
Okay. Yeah,
Occasionally.
so he occasionally
Occasionally.
goes into his office, okay? And next one. What are the positive things about working at home?
He has more time to spend with his family.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He
Um,
and also it's most important that he didn't fight against the rush traffic.
yes.
Day.
And he doesn't have to commute.
To commute and rush on the rush traffic.
Yes. A rush hour. So he doesn't have to commute. I'm gonna move this over.
And sometimes fighting against that rush hour, it makes us already tired
Yes, I
without
totally agree.
without starting the work.
Yeah, does everybody agree with him?
Yes, absolutely. I remember sometimes I had to travel for an hour and a half in the subway and change buses. And when I arrived to my office, I was really tired. It was at
Uh-huh.
9 in the morning. I was tired of
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah. I remember my first job after university. I traveled about an hour into the city from the suburbs, and I took the bus, and I learned to sleep. So I would sleep all the way there and sleep on the way back, and I never missed my stop. I was very lucky. But okay, so what are the negative things about working at home?
Maybe it can be difficult to concentrate for long hours.
Huh? Okay. And what are the other ones?
Uh, and he haven't possibility to contact with his co-workers easily.
Yeah, I say that, but in the article it says that he can. It says
Yeah,
in the article it says thanks to modern technology he can contact customers and coworkers easily.
I made it.
So that's, but I would
Mm,
say that there is a feeling of isolation, but that's not the article.
um,
um,
Mm,
and
if
how
I think it's difficult to separate working time clearly with your work at home.
Hmm. Difficult to separate um, personal and professional life. Yeah, it can be. You learn to do it, but yeah, it is difficult. I know that in my situation, when I came back to the States, I came back because I was working. Um, I was teaching English like this, and my family had a difficult time understanding that when I was not online, if I was not actually teaching, they had a difficult time understanding that I still could be working. You know, because you have to prep and you have to. There's a lot of things that you do when you're not teaching, um, and so they had a difficult time understanding that. But they've learned in the last few years that um, when my door is shut or if I don't answer the phone, it means I might be working. So, but it is. I think families have a hard time understanding that. Okay.
Yes, I agree with you. I partially telework because I spend the mornings at my school, but in the afternoons, in the evenings, I have to work at home many times.
Uh huh.
But sometimes for your family, it's hard to understand you're at home, so you are in your free time. For my
Mm-hmm.
husband, whenever he comes home, he's free.
Uh huh.
But I'm not. Sometimes I have a lot of work. Some days I am more free. Depends. So for my family, they never understand that a part of my job, I don't work 8 hours in my school, just about 6, 7 hours, and I have to keep working at home. So
Uh huh. Yeah.
sometimes it's
Exactly.
hard.
I'm trying to bear with me a moment. Trying to fix this where I can have two up at the same time. It's not working for me. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, because I think that's what happens with family members. They just don't realize, they don't understand. So okay. Let's find a word in the text with the same meaning. Can you guys find a word in the text that mean major?
Leading,
Oh,
leading, I think.
major.
Major
Major.
the part is the part that is more than 50%.
Well, I think that Abimelech found it. It's leading.
Meaning major. Major. That's very important.
Leading.
Oh, okay.
Leading. Oh,
So
leading.
a major company, a leading company.
No.
How about full of people?
Crowd.
Crowded.
Yeah.
Crowded, yes. Another word, crowded is one. Another word is packed. Crowded and packed.
Packed. Oh, oh, packed.
Yeah,
Packed.
packed. So the subways are crowded and packed is what it said. How about
Mm.
looks good?
Attractive.
Yes.
Looks good.
Okay. Cannot move.
Stuck.
Stuck, yeah.
Stuck.
So you're stuck in traffic jams.
Stuck.
Yeah. Difficult.
Hard.
What, Ming, what did you say?
Hard. HARD.
Hard.
Hard. Yeah.
Hard. Okay, hard. We say hard. Another word would
Hard.
be
Oh,
tough.
Tough. Yes.
oh, tough.
Tough. Okay. And then people you work with.
Co-workers.
Coworkers. Okay. Can you guys think of other words?
Uh,
Workmate.
Colleague,
Colleagues.
Workmate.
colleague.
Colleagues. Coworkers and colleagues, I think, are the best. Do best for this. Um,
Can you say partners for co-work?
Partners has more to do with if you're a business owner and you go into if you go into partnership with another company, then the person would be a partner. Or if two people two people start the company together, then you could call them partners. So yeah, so you can do that. People you work with, if it's a very small company and both of them. So
But not for usual co-workers who are hired in a company. You don't call them partners.
not coworkers, no.
Mhm.
So only if they're the owners of the company, then they would be partners. If they're part owners, or if they're on a joint venture and they're two different companies working together. Okay, thank you. Good question. Okay, now let's fill in the blanks with a word from exercise 4, which is what we just did. So learning a foreign language can be
difficult,
difficult for many people. Okay, Rob was
Struck.
tough,
Struck.
stuck
Stuck.
stuck in an elevator for 2 hours last week. Okay, Julia works for a
Major.
major car manufacturer. In my company, we give presents to blank on their birthday.
colleagues,
Colleague. Colleague.
Colleagues or coworkers. Which one is in the article?
co-workers,
Colleague.
Coworkers. We'll do coworkers.
Work.
Coworkers on their birthday. Okay, John has a very what job?
Attractive.
Adjective. Adjective. Job.
Attractive. Yes. He gets a company car and is very well paid. Okay. The new sushi restaurant is always blank on the weekends. It's really popular.
packed,
Packed, yes. Okay. Right. Okay, well, let's go on. This says fill in the spaces using phrases from exercise 5. So this is exercise 5. So spend time doing something, spend time somewhere. So Bob spent yesterday afternoon watching TV. Jenny spent the weekend in Boston. Okay, to spend. We're going to skip that because I don't understand really what they're wanting. So I apologize for that. Let's go on to this discussion, and then we'll go to the role play, and then if there's time, we'll go back to that one. But I didn't really get it. So, and if I don't get it, then it's difficult. So, discussion. Ask your partners these questions, and then ask follow-up questions. So if you can think of other questions to ask, Abimelech. What kinds of jobs do you think people can do at home? And then we'll just do that first question. So what kinds of jobs do you think people can do at home? What's your opinion?
like of course teaching, like you are doing, and
Online teaching.
I think some kind of typing work,
Okay.
and maybe survey work,
Survey work. Okay.
and selling of goods
Mm-hmm.
by internet.
Selling. Okay. Okay, and Audrey, what do you think? Can you think of some jobs that people can do at home?
For example, I had experience to having the homework related to 3D visualization, 3D design, interiors and exteriors, that kind of job. And I think so that it would be easy to make uh,
Yes.
many kinds related to translation
Uh-huh.
from one language to other language
Mm-hmm.
would be uh, in, uh, impossible. It's impossible or very hard. It would be um, making job that that demands of demands performance of several peoples,
Mm.
demands performance from mm,
Okay, we'll talk about the jobs that are impossible to do at home next. So, Araceli, how about you? Can you think of some jobs?
That you can do at home.
Yeah, that you can do at home.
I think there are many tasks you can do at home. For example, you can, like I said before, if you are programming or
Uh-huh.
developing software, also if you have to write a lot of documents, these kind of things, it's better to do them at home. Maybe if you're in an office, you get distracted.
Uh-huh. Okay. And Ming, can you think of anything?
Maybe investment. You
Investment?
can buy stock at home by the internet,
Uh-huh.
and maybe painting.
Mm-hmm.
Painting you can do it at home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And writing and you know the one of the most popular jobs right now to do at home, or there's a lot of companies are hiring, and this might be a surprise to some of you, is customer service.
Oh.
So companies are choosing, instead of outsourcing to another company, or excuse me, to another country, what they're doing is they're setting up customer service jobs at home, where the person actually takes calls from home.
Oh.
And so it's like a call center, but it's at home. American Express does this. A lot of different companies are starting to do that a lot. And in fact, I know somebody that once his contract is up with his job, he's going to try to get a customer service job at home. So, um, but so now question: which jobs do you think are impossible to do at home? So Andre, you started answering that question. So what do you think are impossible to do at home?
uh, it's it's pa- uh, it's all kinds of work related to work that's demand to performance of several people.
Hmm.
Like, related to team, it's a demand to team workers.
Okay, so collaborative work. I don't completely agree, but I'll put this there because I've done a lot of collaborative work from home. Okay, yeah, so work that is requires more people be involved with it. Okay, can you think of anything else? So any kind of Abimelech, can you think of a job that you cannot do at home?
Yes, media work, which I am doing, because for media work, you need a really good soundproof studio, which you
Hmm.
can at home.
Unless you're rich and you get a studio at home. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay, Araceli, how about you?
For example, healthcare. the job of doctors. It's maybe a part of it could be done at home, but obviously not everything.
Yeah.
And maybe sales when you are in a physical shop.
Okay. Yeah, retail sales.
And I am also thinking about my own job. Uh, a kind of teaching can be online or distant, but I think, for example, social workers and people who work with people with problems, it's better to, not the only way, but it would be better to be uh, with physical contact.
Uh,
And also, I'm thinking about meetings and that part of the work. It's true that maybe you can arrange them online, but I think it's going to be hard.
yeah. I personally didn't find that a problem at all because you used different places like Google Hangouts, and you had like we used SharePoint, so we were able to see what people were doing, and it was kind of like we were in the same building, but we just didn't see each other. So
Mm.
yeah,
Sometimes it's harder because some people don't like technology.
yeah. That's I think that's the difficulty. If people don't, if they would prefer to talk face to face. Like I think some Ming and Andre, you prefer to speak face to face with somebody. So this kind of job would be a teleworking job would be difficult for you. Um, so see, social work. The other one, some Ming, can you think of something? Some jobs where you,
Maybe construct a house.
construction. Absolutely. Um, cleaning. And the one I was thinking of is restaurant work. So yeah.
It's I'd wanna add some
Uh-huh.
comment. It's, for example, for people who don't work, who is working physically, for example, who works on the buildings, for
Mm-hmm.
example, it's impossible.
Absolutely, yeah. Like construction and cleaning and restaurant
Fac-
work.
on factory and having a lot of hand work.
Hmm. Factory work. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, teleworking is becoming really more popular, but there's still a lot of jobs that people just can't do at work, at home. Um, okay. Now I've already asked this question. Would you like to work at home? Does your company allow people to work at home? So Ming,
No, that's
no?
your no, because I worked in the company. The job the job is the job was selling the product to the company.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so we can't we couldn't uh, work at home.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Now, Abimelech, does your company allow people to work at home?
No, it doesn't allow because
Uh-huh.
it's not possible.
Yeah, because you need a soundproof room and so
Mm.
forth. Okay. And Andre, how about your company?
I think so. My company is allowed to work to remote workers.
Uh-huh.
We have several software developers and 3D designers
Hmm.
who is actually working remote workers.
Okay. So they choose to do that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they choose to do
So say, for example, Andre, if you had a situation, well, two situations. Either the weather was so bad you couldn't get into work, could you work from home?
Mm, yes, oh, definitely yes.
Hmm.
I'd prefer if I would have the possibility, I'd prefer to work home. But it would, as I said before, it would be more likely for me to work in the office, since it's important for me to see my coworkers,
Hmm.
uh, and
Yeah.
having conversation with my coworkers, with my superior,
Hmm.
uh, and
Hmm.
being on my on the home for several hours is make me crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So it wouldn't work for you, but you could do it if you had to. So say for example, what if something happens and like there's a bird flu pandemic or an Ebola pandemic or some really bad virus, and your companies all tell you to stay at home. Would you stay at
Mm,
home and work from home?
yes, definitely yes. Since I would be forced to do it.
Hmm. Okay.
I haven't
But not by
any
choice.
and it would be I would be yes, I would be forced, and no, it there I haven't I would haven't had the any ways,
Hmm.
any
Okay.
other ways.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Araceli, how about you? Does your company allow people to work at home?
Well, actually, a part of our time is at home, like 20% of our working time is supposed to be at home. I say supposed because it's hard to control. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
we are supposed to officially work about 7 or 8 hours a week at home. And
Hmm.
some weeks I can tell you maybe I work the whole weekend and 2 evenings or 3, so maybe there are 20 hours. And
Uh-huh.
some weeks I don't do too much, maybe 2 hours. So
Uh-huh.
it depends, but more or less it's considered like a part, like 20% of our working hours are supposed to be at home.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. And you're a teacher, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that's why I think so. Um, so do you guys the next question, do you take work home? If so, are you paid for work you do at home? So Aratheli, you do take work home because that's part of your salary and so forth, right?
Mm, yes.
Yeah. Okay. How about Abimelech? Do you take work home?
No, never.
Never. Okay. So you work 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever you're required and then leave.
Yes.
So, and Andre, are you the same? Do you ever take work home? Are you the same as
No,
Abimelech?
no. Obviously, I love my work, and
Uh-huh.
but I don't think so hard to
Uh-huh.
take it home, since I'm already usually I'm fed up of work
Hmm.
on 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Uh-huh. So you're with fed up with work. Okay.
Fed
And so Ming, how about you? Do you take work home?
Um,
fed up.
Sometimes I needed to take work home
Uh-huh.
to manage the orders that I made at that day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you get compensated for it or are you paid for the work at home or
No, no, that's it. No, that's not. I don't need to pay because it's my job.
it's part of your work, it's part of your job? Okay.
My job, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you either have to work from home or you stay at the office and do it. Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
And
Sorry, teacher.
yes.
Let me add some comments. For example, for me, my on my work, it's uh, my superior is encourage us to overwork and
Uh-huh.
work Saturday
Uh-huh.
without payment.
Oh, wow. And do you do it?
Sometimes yes, I forced to do it.
Uh-huh. You feel forced to do it? Yeah. Okay. It's interesting because um it really depends on the job. Some people will, work all kinds of overtime, and some people do not. So,
For Ukraine, for my country, it's a normal, common situation.
the people they just expect you to work
Yes, it's
work the
become
overtime.
difficult to find a job. Really, we have a recession in my
Hmm.
country.
Okay. What is the unemployment rate right now in the Ukraine?
I think about uh, uh, actually not so high a rate, about 5 or 7%, but
Okay.
we have a very low payment, very low wage.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
But
average in my country is about uh, uh, $300
okay.
for in 1 month.
Uh-huh. Okay. We're in Spain, you guys have, or Italy, you guys have about 20% unemployment, but
No, 25.
25% unemployment, but
Yes.
the average salary is much higher. So, yeah.
It's,
Uh,
I
uh,
think it's not a real figure. It seems like, well, many young people, for young people, it's about 50%. I believe
Mm-hmm.
that because they are just moving everywhere or living with their parents or studying. No, young people are not working.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
for other people, I don't think they are, I mean, they are in like black economy. They are doing jobs that are not
mhm.
recognized because it's not possible that 1 in 4 people has not a job. People still are eating and
Uh-huh.
surviving.
Yeah. So it really depends on how it's counted.
Yes, I
Whether,
think some people are doing some kind of jobs that are not they are not paying taxes, or maybe they are. For example, if you're a teacher, you can tutor students at home, but you won't
uh-huh.
declare that. Or this kind of
Uh-huh.
things, and maybe you work on construction, you do some little jobs for people, and you don't
Uh-huh.
declare that.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And what's the situation in Saming? What country are you in again? Is it Hong Kong?
Yes, a city, a
Uh-huh.
city.
Yeah, so you're in the city of Hong Kong. Is it a is the unemployment really high, or is it what's the situation there?
You mean the salary?
Yeah, no, the unemployment rate. Um,
Salary is around 100 1,500
uh-huh.
US dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the unemployment rate? So how many people do not have jobs? Is it high or
Very low to it should be under 3%.
under 50%?
3%. 1 to 3%.
Under 3%. Oh, so it's a very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay.
You
How
have
about
a lot of job. The people don't want to work for, example, for the restaurant.
uh-huh.
Maybe the factory is very dirty. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's difficult to employ the people to do it. Yeah. If you want to uh, washing the dish at the restaurant, you can get 2,000 US dollar.
Okay. So it does depend on the job and so
Yeah.
forth. Okay. How about in India? What's the unemployment rate there?
In India, unemployment rate is very high, and people don't get a good work easily. That's why uh, who are highly educated, they move to another country to get a good job, and
Uh-huh.
uh, the salary also very low. I think
Mhm.
who people who work at daily basis or hourly basis, they get very low money.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so it does depend on everything. But it sounds so it's India and Spain that's really high. So
Yeah.
anyway, thank you very much for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and so forth. And I hope to see you again in another class. Artheli, I like your picture. I just have to get used to it. So I keep thinking you're somebody different.
Oh my God.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Bye, everyone.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
It was nice